If you want to know how to go live on any platform, whether that's Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, that's what this video is going to be all about. If this is your first time seeing me, I am Monique and I'm a social media strategist for wellness entrepreneurs and also faith-based entrepreneurs, helping them to promote the products and services that they created themselves and be able to put that on social media and get people excited, as well as demonstrating through words, images, and video on how they solve their clients or customers' problems. So if you find value in this video, or you know someone that is interested in getting deeper into social media and using it for good, send this video to them. Also, whether you're watching live or you are watching the replay, be sure to leave a comment of a takeaway. It's very nice that I've been getting some engagement lately in terms of people saying like it's good information, but kind of let the people that are watching know that like what is valuable about that information. I think that will help people a lot. Okay, so the first part of this is going to be talking about how to create your own live stream. So basically what I'm doing right now. And then we're going to get into like how to basically act during the live stream and different things that can come up with that. And then also I'm going to talk about preparing to be a guest on someone's show or like their live stream, and basically how you can be confident in that way. And then just some like etiquette things as well, because that is pretty important. So, when it comes to preparing for a live stream, something that you want to do is obviously know like when you are going to basically, I was going to say, basically know like when you want to go live. So, it's important to schedule that out. And so, if you know like a certain day, like say on Wednesdays, I'm going to go live, then that's something that you can do as well. I don't schedule all of my lives because sometimes I just be trying to like do different things. And so I don't really know exactly when I'm going to go live. I just kind of know like, oh, I'm in the mindset to go live. So that's something that I will do or something that I will say. But I also try to notify my audience. So like I'll send emails out to my email list, just basically letting them know what the live stream is going to be about. And then I'll also post on social media, whether that is going live, like on a platform to promote, like, say, a series of live streams, like what I'm doing today. I could do like a casual live stream and just be like, hey guys, like I'm going to go live for like 5 days straight and I'm going to talk about X. And like, if you're interested, just let me know. Or if I'm trying to conduct like market research, then I can ask them, like, what kinds of things would you like me to talk about? So if you're joining live, let me know below where you're from. I'm going to go over to the comment section. I do have to turn my camera off for a second, so I'll be right back. Okay, that's better. I'm back. But yes, that's something that I will do. Also, you can do graphic posts, so you can make those on Canva or some other type of editing program, and you can essentially post that you are going to be going live, and then people can get excitement. They can share the post. So I think it's ideal to create something that people can share. And also, if you have friends that like believe in your mission, you can also ask them if they wouldn't mind sharing your graphic as well on their platform. So that is really important to like get some word out there. Now, if you're more of an established entrepreneur, then you can just kind of go live randomly and then people will just kind of join on. It depends on how big your audience is. But if you can give people notice, try to do that, because we're all busy. So clearly it's important to make sure that like you give people enough notice so they can like block out that time to see you. So also I would say to pick your platform. So that kind of goes back to what I addressed earlier in like the first day of this challenge. Basically see what platform that you actually want to go live on, because that will determine like the settings and like how you prepare. Generally, when you are going live on a platform, you will need to have a title. It's going to ask you what title do you want to put And I remember on Instagram specifically, like I tried to go forward without putting a title and then it just didn't let me. So it's like they want you to put a title so people know like what your video is going to be about. Also, you also want to have like a description if you can. So this is more catered towards YouTube having a description and like any hashtags or things like that. Or you could also add that on later on. But at the bare minimum, you're going to need a title so people know what to talk about. I also want to backtrack as well and say like what live streams are beneficial for. So they're very beneficial, like if you are promoting a product or service, and you have like a new service, or maybe you're discontinuing a service, or you have a new product, or if you have like a live guest. So those are typical reasons why you might like do a live stream. Also, like if you want to show people like the process, like behind the scenes, like in real time, like, hey guys, I'm working in my office today and I am working on, tweaking this issue that we had with the product in the past. Like, what are your thoughts on it? So it's a way to kind of be engaging. You could also think of it as like a video chat with a friend. So I want you to like get comfortable doing that and just kind of like understanding like you want to be conversational in all of your posts, but definitely being conversational in a live stream is really good as well. And that's something that some of my clients like struggle with. They might get very stiff, like, oh, I have to make sure I say the right thing. Okay, I have to make sure I do the introduction and hi, everybody, and welcome to the live stream. You don't want to be like that. Like, you want to be nice and relaxed and confident. And that builds with time. Like, even me sometimes, like when I'm live or if I'm trying to record, I might notice that my voice is shaking. And so even though like with pre-recorded video, you can just try to record the video again. Sometimes, well, I will say like with a live stream, you can't really correct anything in real time. So you just kind of have to go with it and just try to relax and then like get back into it. So it's like, I feel very calm right now. I know that what I am talking about is going to be a service to somebody that is looking to build their platform on social media. So I know I can just keep on going no matter what happens. Also, realize even though you prepare to do live streams and things like that, things can still go wrong. So, what I will say is make sure that you have good Wi Fi connection, whether you are creating your own live stream or you are going to be a guest on someone's live stream. Because if the video is like study cut and out, you will lose the interest of people and like the video gets stuck and then like they may not hear you. And so, it just kind of makes a bad viewing experience. So, if you can be in a place that you know is going to have good Wi-Fi, a nice quiet background, that will essentially be perfect for you. And you guys are also seeing in real time that it got a little bit darker. Make sure that your LED light is actually plugged in and like it charged and everything. So I will say that I did charge my LED light, but it was like while I was preparing for the live stream, writing like the captions out and like selecting a photo and things like that so I could actually promote my live stream, I left the LED light on. So if you have some sort of like light source, that's good. Like this is okay, but I would prefer to have that like white light. But yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll have to do another live stream where everything is perfect. But you can actually see this in real time. Okay, so Elijah Music says, I got the live bug from you. Thanks for your consistency. It's helped me for sure. Thank you, Elijah. Thanks for joining. But yes, that's actually a good thing to do as well. So this kind of like allows you to be advanced as well, having different capabilities like this, like where you can put comments up on the screen, and where you can like put banners up, like if you have like free resources and things like that. So that'll help you to be able to, look professional while you're going live. Hi, how you doing? So yes. Okay, so I will talk about the different like platforms, like the third party platforms you can use to go live. So let me know if you guys can hear anything in the background, because I hear something in the background. But what I was gonna say is basically like you can use something called StreamYard. So that's what I'm using right now, StreamYard.com, and that allows me to be able to go live from YouTube because like certain platforms, they might have certain requirements like that have to occur before they let you go live, like straight from a mobile device or straight from, a computer or something like that. I do believe with TikTok, you can't go live until you have like 300 followers. So that's like an example. And then YouTube doesn't allow you to go live straight from your mobile. I think you have to have a certain number of like watch hours or like subscribers or something like that. I don't know. But I do know that StreamYard made my life easier. So it's like you have to follow the prompts. I use the free plan right now. I don't really have a reason to use like a paid plan, but they do have paid plans available. So you can kind of check it out for yourself and see like what you want to like use it for. But this, allows me to see like that I'm live, allows me to see comments. I'm allowed to put up like my own like media assets. Um, and like obviously like if you have a paid plan, then like you're able to what was I going to say? You're able to remove like watermarks. But I'm like, hey, StreamYard wants to like promote themselves. That's fine with me. They also have built-in background sounds, like background music if you need it as well. And so those are just different things you can use, but don't get overwhelmed by all the features. Like I'd much rather you engage with your audience first and then kind of build from there. But I'm just going to show you like different things that I use. So like I also am a podcast host. So like I'll have built in things that might say something like this: enjoying this episode, leave me a review. So that way while someone's watching the replay and they see this, then they'll comment below or something like that, whatever I'm asking them to do. And then like when you click on another banner, then something else just comes up. It just kind of depends on like what you're talking about. And you have to make sure that like you can see what you're about to put up. Because I've also made that mistake before where I'll put something else that I didn't mean to put up right at that time. Or just like a comment that I didn't mean to like showcase. So you just kind of have to like keep your eye aware. Also, you want to introduce yourself as well as like welcome people to come in to the room. So like how I was still talking about like live streams, like my topic and everything, I'm still being aware that like people are joining and like you want to say hi. So we have a question here. Hi, Tamara. Okay, so StreamYard is what you can use to go live on various platforms. Yes. So it allows you to go live in a Facebook group. It allows you to go live on your Facebook business page. It also allows you to go live on YouTube and Instagram. I have not tried using it on Instagram yet, but it has worked like in Facebook groups and like on Facebook and here on YouTube. I primarily use it on YouTube though. I also think you can go live on multiple platforms like at once, again, if you have the paid plan. So, if you're balling like that, you could just like go live and then like a lot of people in your audience can like see you at the same time and engage. But like I said, I would recommend that you like go live everywhere, like until you're very established, very confident, and like your product and service, that it's working for your audience and your clients. Another one I've heard of is Restream.io. I haven't tried it for myself, but I think it's very similar to StreamYard. So you could just kind of check it out and see what you like, but I recommend StreamYard. Make sure that like you go through all the permissions as well, because this is something that I struggle with one of my clients. Like we were trying to like set up the live stream, but it didn't like I think we had to like press like certain things like allow camera access, allow mic access. So just make sure you have, all your stuff like plugged in, and that you allow it to happen in your browser, because I'm actually going live from my phone right now. You can go live from your desktop, but I really love StreamYard because all I had to do was open up a browser, log in, and then I could just go live. So even if I'm not here, I'm not stationary, and I'm on my way somewhere else, then I can still go live. So yeah, good question. Whoops, I just put up the wrong one. Okay. Will it force the ratio to horizontal mode across everything? That's a good question. I haven't tried to go live like from multiple platforms, but I think ideally it would. So also, if you like love to have your phone like screen locked. Like I love having mine where it's just focused on the, what is it called? The vertical portrait mode. If you're about to go live, just make sure that you toggle that off. And then that way you can get this nice like full screen view. So we kind of discovered that about a week or two ago. So that's pretty cool. If you look at like my previous live streams using StreamYard, like you'll see that all they were like basically portraits. So yeah, that's a good key to go into. Also, I do want to talk about the background as well. Ideally, like if you're a wellness entrepreneur, like you want to make sure people are relaxed when they come into your space when they're watching you. So you should not be stressed out. You should make sure like that you ate and everything, like you were drinking your water, and you're just nice and calm. Like I'm not saying like you have to be like super calm where you're about to put people to sleep, but I think your background should definitely invite someone to be like, oh, wow, like her background is just so energizing. So I put a plant here. You could do a fake plant, like if you are kind of, you know, not good with plants, don't have the green thumb. So I don't have the green thumb. So that's why I have this fake plant that looks real here. And just like some color in the background. You can also have like a mug. I didn't want to put a mug every single day because I was going live like multiple days. So I didn't want to, you know, I like to change up my background too. That's a way to keep it fresh as well. And ideally, like if it's kind of like a white background, like that's pretty good too. And also having light is really good. So I know, again, this is a bad example because like I could have had way more light here, but if you have a LED light, that could also like upgrade your videos as well. So yes. What else can I talk about? Oh, this is really important too when it comes to background noise. Like if you live with someone, like say it's roommates or your family, kind of let them know, not kind of, let them know that you're about to go live at such and such a time because like sometimes you can like get off track as well. Like say you're having a conversation with them and then you just don't remember that you were supposed to go live. So like things like that, like just letting them know like, hey, I'm about to go live at this time, but I'll be right back. That'll actually be really good for you. Also like if you have kids, maybe try to like have like a family member watch them or take them to like a quiet area so that way it doesn't disturb your work. Because I do know like again we're all human and like that is a way to kind of showcase like your natural life and like things that you go through each day. But like if your child is like crying like you know really loud in the background, that can be also be distracting for your live stream. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And another thing you can do is decide if you're going to save the live stream like to your platform, like whatever platform you were on, or make it exclusive, like for people where they have to sign up for it. So these are different things that I want you to keep in mind. Like, how can I, you know, strengthen my relationship with my audience members? Like, should I just make it exclusive for subscribers where they just pay me a fee and like I'll give them a series of live streams that are just exclusive to them? Or, you know, should I leave it on my page so I can show my expertise and like connect with my audience? So, yeah, that's some decisions that you have to consider there as well. And that's something that I help my clients with too. Also, during the live stream, it's important to be calm and welcoming, as I mentioned before. And you want to go over the game plan as well, because if someone's coming onto your page like for the first time and they don't know who you are, that's why that title is like so important. So that way, when somebody clicks on it, they can understand what's going on. And as long as you gave them like an outline at the beginning of the live, then they'll kind of know what to expect and then they'll see if they want to stay on or not. So that's a good way to keep it engaging. Also, like at the top of this live stream, like if you watch the replay, those of you that kind of joined a little bit late, you might have missed it, but I said, you know, comment below and let me know where you're from. So if y'all that are here want to like demonstrate this in person, could you please just comment below like where you're from? And that could be a simple way to connect with your audience. And you could be like, oh, like I've gone to that state before, or I've been in that city. That's really cool. Like it's a way like to just converse with people. Another tactic that people use as well to engage, they'll say like drop a 1 if you're new to my audience, or drop a 2 if you're OG and you've been here for a long time. Me personally, I don't like using that, but it's fair game. You can still use that. And that communicates with you, okay, maybe I have a bunch of new people here today, or maybe I have a bunch of people that have been here for a while and they'll understand like different things that I want to talk about. So that is pretty good as well. And then yeah, so that's pretty good. What you can do during the live stream, just make sure that you cover all your topics. I don't write out my scripts or like my live stream, like what I'm going to talk about, because I don't want to sound robotic. So I'll just like jot down like different notes and different points that I want to hit, and then I'll just talk about it. So that allows the information just to flow out of you in an encouraging and consistent way. So let me answer this one question I saw earlier. How do you build up the anticipation before going live? So if you want to excite people before you go live, again, it's more so like also being excited yourself. Like you don't want to just be like, okay, I'm going live, like no energy, but like I'm going live at 12:30. Like no, try to be excited about it, kind of tease different things that you want to talk about. And you can even just start with just talking about like one thing and be like, make sure you stay until the end because I'm going to reveal this thing. So that can kind of make people be like, okay, I better check out this live. Also, it is more engaging too, like when you have someone going live with you, because you guys can like bounce ideas off of each other. You can have a nice banter going. Sometimes it could just be like, just learning about their life and like sharing this person with your audience. So like if there is someone that you can interview or have a conversation with, that your people in your audience would actually be excited to hear from, that's a way to build anticipation as well. So that's something that I would say to do. Don't just pick somebody because like they're super popular and like you're gonna get the views. Like genuinely have a connection with that person, because it'll flow again like throughout your conversation in front of your audience, and then your audience will be able to tell like, oh, this is like a genuine friend or connection of this person, or this person just got this person for views. So definitely some things to think about. Good question. Let's see. Oh, energy. So yeah, I do want to like touch on energy again, because I do understand that not all of us are like, hey guys, like, yeah, let's talk about this. And yeah. Like everyone's not like that. So just like I would say, be yourself. But if you kind of notice that like you're very like too chill, like too calm, try to like bump it up a notch and like remember that like you're supposed to be excited about talking about something. So like, just try to like match your energy. That's something I would say as well. Because not everybody is like super like out there like that. Some people are just very calm. And I think like if your background is super calm as well, like just don't talk in a monotone. Like kind of emphasize different things like with your voice, like maybe move throughout the camera, things like that, and just make it like as conversational as possible. Like I feel like I'm talking to one of my friends right now. So it's like, it's very easy for me like to remember like my mannerisms, and things like that. I am working on not talking with my hands, because I've done that ever since I was like a kid. So I've been trying to keep my hands down, but they be up sometimes, like when I'm like really excited, and they actually help me focus. But just, pay attention to that. Also, when it comes to like your appearance on a live stream, you want people to watch. So it's like, make sure, you look neat. You have like a nice like blouse on. White is good, black is good. You can also do different colors too, but generally I like to go for like a classic look, like where I just have like a little bit of color up here and then just like, a basic button down. Sometimes I will put on a blazer, but I don't want to be like super like career or like stiff looking. So like have fun with the fashion, but I've definitely found that like a solid color top is like really fun to wear for that. I don't know why my podcast logo thing wants to keep coming up so much. It's so funny. Like, can this banner not be up here? So yeah. That's me like basically going through the stuff in real time. But yeah, I would just say, just if you do experience like a technical glitch or like, something is up that's not supposed to be up, just kind of relax, pretend like you're still talking to your friend and just, remove it. And that just takes time. But being able to multitask during a live stream allows your audience to see like different things and get like the information that they need. So okay, so I think this is a good entry point to talk about preparing to be a guest on someone's live. So you might do this. Some of y'all might end up doing this like before you do your own live stream where you're invited by someone else to go live with them. So there are like talk shows out there. This is more popular on like maybe TikTok, where you can like literally bring people up on live streams. I don't really see it on Instagram that often anymore. I know it still happens, but I don't really notice it. But on TikTok, they'll be like, oh, like, come join the live, blah, blah, blah. And someone sends a request. So when somebody is going live, like say on Instagram or TikTok, they'll just tap that button that says request to join the live. So if you do click that button, make sure you look presentable, like that you are ready, because I have definitely seen some like people come up where it just looked like they rolled out of bed, like, and they'll just be like, oh, I had no idea you were going to call me. It's like, that's not an excuse. You need to like be ready if you're going to come on to someone's live stream, especially, if they're a professional, they're an expert, you want to look like you prepared for this, like you were ready to do this. Even if it was like, a free flow or like a free fall conversation, still look presentable, be covered, make sure your hair is nice and everything like that. Because you want to like present yourself and make a good first impression on the audience. So that's something that I would say to be mindful of. Also, like, know what that person usually talks about on their channel. So if you know someone is into fashion and they're talking about fashion and things like that, that's kind of some things that you want to have in the back of your mind, different things about fashion, so that you can talk to them about it and actually engage with them. Like, you wouldn't talk to them about food unless that person like took the conversation there. So just making sure that like you align with what you want to say and what you want to talk about with that person. Because you never know, like somebody can look at what you were talking about and be like, I'm really inspired by that person. I actually want to buy one of their products, or I want to follow along their journey and then learn from them or get a service from them. So that's something that you definitely want to be mindful of. And also, like, if you can, like, have like a free way for people to come over to your page. Now, I do want to preface this by saying, like, you don't want to like promote yourself, like if the host didn't like invite you to, but just kind of have it in the back of your mind, because you never know, they might ask and be like, what's another way like for my audience to connect with you, and then that's when you can bring that in. So I help my clients with that, as well as in terms of like how you can structure like your live streams or live streams that you're on with other people, like to match different things that's going on in your business, like whether you're promoting something or you have a product out there that naturally aligns with the conversation. So I want us to start thinking about that. How can products and services match with live stream topics, with conversations? And that is a way that people can genuinely connect with you online. And also, like, it's good to have, this is before the live stream. So like, say someone reaches out to you and they're like, hey, like, I want to go live with you. Can we like, set a time to talk? Make sure you do that, because like you want to make sure like certain things that you can say, and that you can also let that host know, hey, like, I don't want to talk about this topic. I know you normally talk about, X, Y, and Z, but I don't feel comfortable talking about this part, but I can talk to your audience about this part. So that kind of allows you to negotiate, as well as like get used to them. Also, like, if you're interested yourself in being on somebody's live stream, you want to make sure you do your research and at least listen to one show or listen to an episode, and see like how they structure their show, so you're not caught off guard like when they ask you certain questions or they like take you through different segments. That's something that's important to keep in mind as well. And mostly, like, if you can be calm, that's really good. Like, you may be nervous, but just try to relax and just kind of, be poised and everything like that. Make sure like you're listening to what the host is saying. So that way you can respond in a good way. And I think it goes a long way if everyone practices etiquette and is very kind. So like if someone else is talking, let a pause go by, just like a regular phone call. And you just take that pause and then you answer. That also allows you to like process, what they're talking about or what they're asking. So that way you can give them like a good response that is good for their audience. And it's good for your audience too, because usually, like, when two people go live on a platform, it shows like the other person's audience. So it shows your audience and it shows their person's audience, like that you both are live. So it'll benefit both you and the other person's audience. So yeah, I think that is a good place. Let me see if there's any questions. Yes, like a light box stand could definitely be used. It depends on like what your budget is or what you want to yeah, it depends on your budget and like the look that you're going for. Like if you know you're going to be in a studio, then like a light box will more than likely be used. I just use like a small LED light that I can like put in my hand. It's about this big maybe, and I just have it on my tripod and it usually just sits back there like behind the camera. But yeah, really depends on your budget. Like if you have the budget like to be able to do that, then you can just, you know, get it. But if you're trying to stay, a little bit economical, then there are options as well. Just look at the reviews online and that'll help. I know some shows use like 3-point lighting as well, where you kind of have different angles. So like the lighting is more balanced. So you can do that as well. It just kind of depends on like, what your audience is like as well and like the look that you're going for. But yes, I love Maryland. Let me put that up. Yeah, I love Baltimore. That's my favorite place to go to. Okay, do you think a business or social media platform can still grow and be successful without going live? Yes, I do. It just depends on what your strategy is. Like, as long as like you are communicating like your value as well as like the value of your product or service, and people gravitate towards that, you're actively building it. Like, then yeah, you definitely can. Because I don't think all platforms started with live stream capabilities. So yeah, I just look at live stream as a way to definitely engage and connect. But there are so many different features on there. And I tell my clients and my audience members as well, like you don't have to use every single feature that a platform has. Like use the ones that you resonate with. And if you see like it's not working, either work with a social media strategist or switch up your strategy and try the other features and see how they work for you. But I don't think like we'll genuinely know like if we'll like something unless we tried it. In terms of a faceless brand, so me personally, and this is actually one of the topics that I do want to address on my channel and like on my other platforms that I'm on. So faceless brands, they definitely have their place. I think that they can still be beneficial to people. Like again, like if your audience members are into that type of content, then they'll naturally be gravitated towards it. And even people that aren't part of your audience yet, like they may still come across your content, like if it's optimized, like to be visible for people to like follow it, then yeah, like it could work. But I don't primarily work with brands or like businesses that, don't show their face because I think it's really important to have that humanistic element. But yeah, there's definitely like channels on YouTube and like Instagram where it's like you may only see the back of the person, like you may never see like their face because they just don't want to show it. And I think there's definitely like an audience out there. But I just think it's a little bit more authentic, like when you can like come on the screen and like relate to people and like just share stories, like kind of like talking to someone face to face. So that's why I love like face brands. Because just because like you're on camera or like you're taking photos and like you're posting it doesn't mean like you're conceited. It doesn't mean that like, oh, all you care about is like just yourself as the CEO. It could just mean like, this person looks like me or this person genuinely wants to connect. And it's like, our face is like a great way to show emotion. Obviously, like you can see emotion of someone like in their body language, but like definitely seeing it in the face, like it kind of makes that nice human connection, like talking to a friend, like on video chat or talking in person. Um, and so I think like, for me personally, I love seeing like business owners like that created the products and services. And it's like, it's nice to know who the face is behind the brand and behind the business. So I think you could just do so much more, like your actual words being there, not just talking about, oh, this product does this product has this feature, this feature, but literally talking about like why you started it, why you created it, what problem it addressed, showing the faces of people that actually purchase from you. Like it just kind of makes people feel like they can relate more in a way. So that's something that, I really enjoy seeing people do. But yeah, I'll definitely talk more about that later, in a later video, Lord willing. Does anybody have any questions? Any other questions? These were really great questions. So yeah, usually at like the end of like live streams, like you can tell like when it's starting to get to the end, like now, you can like do like a Q&A session and ask people like if they have questions. And you can also like promote different resources as well. Like, if you want to learn more, check out my free resource below. Or you can tell people about like an upcoming event. So like if the event relates to the topic of the live stream, then you can just be like, I hope to see you at this event. Here are the details. So, when you're live and talking to someone, like it's good to have it in the caption, but it's also good to like share the details as well. And you have to like repeat certain things. So it's like, certain points that you really want people to walk away with, you can repeat during a live stream. And you can also like repeat like different details, because you never know, someone might be driving, or they might have just missed what you said like while live. So it's good to repeat it, if you can. And then yeah, you just tell everyone thank you for joining, which is something that I do. And then you can even talk about like what is up coming next. So tomorrow we're going to talk about like how you can basically promote anything. So this is going to be really fun. So like if you want to bring like certain things that you want to promote, I can give you direct feedback. And yeah, I don't know, I might invite some people to come up live too, and maybe they can just kind of like talk about stuff that they want to promote, and like I can give them advice on like how I would promote it. So that is to come tomorrow. Thank you all for joining. And yeah, if you found this valuable, share it with a friend. Bye.